Yes, guys, what's going on? Welcome to Gazetta United. I am Adam McCullough. This is Full Time Devils, and we are back for another Gazetta on a Monday morning. And of course, there's no action again this weekend. We know there's no action again this weekend. We are all struggling without football, but we're here to try and help you guys get through it. And we've got plenty of content in the pipelines for you guys as well to help us all get through this self-isolation situation or whatever situation you find yourself in currently. I hope you guys are all doing well. As normal, I'm in a coffee shop. I've got coffee made for me, got the paper there, got a little bit of breakfast, and I can relax. I had to get my own coffee made this morning. I had to go get the papers and I had to sort it all out myself. So we are self-isolating here, and it was funny. Picked up the newspapers and I seen most of the back pages had the same message on them. This one, front and back, same thing. And I was thinking, what's going on here? Have I got the same story everywhere? I know there's pretty much the same story everywhere, but it wasn't that. What it was funny that the Daily Mail didn't do this, by the way. But what it was a thank you to our National Health Service. Now, if you're from the UK, you probably rely on the NHS like I do and have done over my lifetime. And I think that's a good message to have, especially in a time like this, on all these newspapers, front and back. Thank you to the NHS because they do help us out when we need them, and we probably over-rely on them and take them for granted. And they've been battered over the last 10 years by the powers that be. And now we need them more than ever. So, yeah, cheers to all them guys that are working their balls off to keep us lot healthy, or to try and keep us lot healthy. So, yeah, man, thank you to them. And I like that little touch on front of some of the newspapers. As I said, some of the bastards haven't done it. But nevertheless, we'll keep cracking on, because if you take off that front and back page, not only has the Daily Star got a story about Mr. Motivator, which I'm loving, but we've got the back pages as well. And amidst the coronavirus outbreak and all that stuff, and football not being played, now we hear it might be played April the 30th. I'm sceptical on that one. But Joe Cole, Liverpool legend, is saying the season must start all over again if it cannot be finished, even if it denies Liverpool the title. And I have to agree with him. Now, obviously, he has spoken there about how he would prefer it to be continued, and I think most people would prefer it to be continued. But if it doesn't get continued, you can't just go awarding positions that aren't done yet. If Liverpool had already won the title mathematically, fair enough. But if they haven't done that, you can't award them the position. Now, we all know they would have won it, but they haven't won it. Nothing's given out after 29 games. And if you award their position, you have to give all the other positions as and where they are. And that would be very, very unfair to a lot of teams. So if we can't get any more football played, then, you know, we need to just scrap it. Just scrap it. And if it's dragging on till June, July, it's going to affect next season. Scrap it. Don't let it affect next season, in my opinion, because it'll fuck us up as well, because we could get the Champions League and be back in the Europa League next season. But you can't be dragging on into, like, what then? Next season's just played in 2021. I can't see that happening. Anyway, something else that's in the Star is Marwan Fellaini, who's tested positive for the virus. So best wishes to Marwan Fellaini. Hope he gets well soon. He's become the first player in the Chinese Super League to test positive for coronavirus. Mental. The outbreak was in China initially, and it's their first player to get it. And we've had a number of Premier League players getting it. The ex-United midfielder now with Shandong says he hopes to return to the game as soon as possible. Fellaini is in isolation at Jinan Hospital. The Belgian moved to China last year after 11 seasons in England. He posted on Twitter, "Dear friends, I have been tested for coronavirus and my test result is positive. Thanks to the fans, medical staff and the club for their care and attention. I will follow the treatment and hope to return to the game as soon as possible. please everyone, stay safe. Yes, everyone, do stay safe. So best wishes to Marwan Fellaini, and hopefully he can get well soon. Moving on to the next newspaper, which is the Mirror. Take off the generic back page, as we've got right there, with the thank you to the NHS. Madness on the front. Who are you dickheads still going to seasides and that, man? Dragging the Rona back into your yard and giving it to your mum and your nan and all sorts. Stop it. Might not going to affect you, but it's going to affect someone close to you. Seeing these numbers out in Italy and that. Take it serious. Take it serious. Anyway, back on the back pages. The Olympics could be fucked. You see, how can the Olympics be done, yeah? But we're going to start the league again in April the 30th. It's not happening. And they're still talking about it on the back page. Schneiderlin will play on until August to finish the season. Glenn Murray, we cannot play until our fans are allowed back. And Joe Cole against Sorry Liverpool if we can't start again. Yeah. What do you guys think is going to happen with that? We have got another story on United though. It's Bryan Robson, who's been speaking about Bruno Fernandes, which is obviously great. And he says, there's the post. He says, Bryan Robson believes Bruno Fernandes is the inspirational leader Manchester United have been crying out for in recent years. The Portugal star has made an incredible impact since joining United. It's been a terrific impact, and the first signs are he looks a top player. He's always on the move, always wanting the ball, got a great touch and makes double movements, a bit like Scholes used to. His energy levels and pace look really good, and he has shown he can hit a pass and score a goal. Initial period where he's been at the club looks great. He's already shown leadership qualities, and that's something the manager has mentioned. I've seen him around the training camp and he gets on really well with the boys, seeing as he's only been here a couple of months. What I do like to see when he's on the pitch is, even though he's a forward-minded player, he's always swivelling and looking on his shoulder, being demanding of his other teammates. He's telling people to tuck in and have them where he wants them, which is great. We needed a bit of that, because no matter what you say about some of our other players who are really good, I still feel they can get better in demanding from their teammates. I gotta agree with that, and getting the co-sign from a man like Bryan Robson is a little bit special. Obviously Robbo works for the club and stuff, so he's often asked his opinion on these kind of things, but getting the co-sign from Bryan Robbo, one of the greatest, if not the greatest captain for Manchester United. Me being, a little bit younger than some Reds, I'd say Keno. I never saw all of Robbo's time, but every time I say Keno, my dad will say, yo, watch your mouth, Robbo. So you have to take that into consideration. And then we got more on Fellaini there as well. Best wishes to Fellaini. Sam Quick still talking about sport. It's something that I enjoyed reading this morning as well. I say enjoyed very loosely. It was something from Robbie Savage, good old Sav, there. And he says, secret behind me missing the second half of that Fox's defeat by Wycombe. Do you know what the secret was, ladies and gentlemen? And you don't need to read all of that column. He had an injury. Footballer has an injury, has to come off at half time. Shock. This is how awful it is out there in the newspapers right now. They are struggling for news. Usually they're making shit up for fun. Struggling at the moment. Absolutely struggling they are. Let's see what else this one's got. Pacquiao's out here saying he don't mind dying. Jesus Christ. What's going on there then? Ross can be boss. Talking about Ross Barkley. So overrated. More about Bryan Robson talking about Bruno Fernandes right there. As you can see, guys, there's not a lot going on in the world of news and football and Manchester United right now. We're struggling. We're trying to find something. Olympics chaos right there. Olympics is going to be called off. Is something that might warm your cockles during this bad time. Obviously, it's a sad time we're living in. We wish the football was carrying on. But if the football was carrying on, guys, this is what would have been happening. The coronation. Whoops. Teachers used to make that shit look so easy. The coronation that never was. This weekend we would have witnessed Liverpool lifting the title. That is what would have happened this weekend. And a little tidbit down here is Liverpool would have made history. They would have become the earliest to win the title. United are the earliest to win the title. April the 14th. And the league definitely won't be starting until April the 30th. So I suppose that is one slim silver lining that you can take from all of this mess. But apart from that, I can't really help you folks, apart from telling you to wash your hands, wash your ass, stay safe, stay indoors. Don't go see your nan after going out to the pub or going out to your mate's house or anything like that. Don't want to go dragging in the Rona. But stay safe, guys. Make sure you're keeping it locked to Full Time Devils. Like, comment, share, subscribe. But for now, I've been Adam McCullough. I'm out of here.